Woo! Thank you po, Manong driver. Hello there, fellow bookish beings. It's Jessica. I just want to give a little reading update. I am in the Philippines right now in Bicol with my family for a vacation, and I am reading Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Last year, when I visited back the Philippines, I read Oliver Twist, and it was challenging. So I thought this time that I would go back, I would get into Great Expectations, trying to make it sort of like a custom. Right now, I have passed the 100-page mark in the car in our almost 15-hour drive. Rewinding to about 20 hours before we arrived in Bicol. For those of you unfamiliar with the Philippines, Bicol is located in the southeastern part of Luzon, about 10 to 12 hours by road from Manila. Famous for spicy food, coconut-rich dishes, whale sharks, and of course, the Mayon volcano, which we will see later. I knew that the road trip would be long, so I was so optimistic on being able to read a lot. But trying to read while being driven through winding mountain roads, when your dogs are fretting, when everyone wants to do karaoke in the car, when my nausea was winning over me, wasn't so easy as I thought. We actually planned this trip in time for my grandpa's birthday.
Exclusive interview with
Yes.
medium laude
Girl,
and medium
kailangan
too
ko
laude.
binigyan ng 2,000.
Medium too laude.
Kailangan ito binigyan.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
This moment was so special to me. Moving abroad, I've forgotten how important family moments are. And I'm glad that I'm slowly remembering.
Super baby patong totoo.
I love it! Darren! Darren here! Darren here! Darren! 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 And so, 20 hours later. It's usually just 9 to 12 hours, but with the dogs, it lasted longer. Anyways, so yeah, I finally finished the 100-page mark and I'm so happy. I've been reading it very slowly since, I'm on vacation, and Dickens is a very challenging author for me. More so than Tolstoy, I would say. I don't know what it is about Dickens, but he's just so challenging for me. I mean, the Old English that he shifts into, sometimes difficult for me. The writing as well, although beautiful, is a little bit complicated and very subtle. So yeah, right now in this part of the story, we are following Pip as he meets several characters that will slowly change his life. And in this part, he has met Miss Havisham and Estella. I feel like Estella will be a great love interest, but we will see. And I will take you on this reading journey in this very tropical country while I read Dickens. So I hope you enjoy the journey. In the evening, I was just so tired after the lunch and the family dinner that I just played with my pugs and fell asleep before I can even open my book. And so the next day, I was able to wake up early, walk outside a bit, and read over breakfast before the planned adventures. At this point in the story, Pip was apprenticed to Joe and was hating his life. Had he not met Miss Havisham, he wouldn't have been exposed to these kinds of thoughts and would be ever so contented in a simple life. But I'm actually not so sure about that, because even in the beginning of his narrative, he's already had some thoughts about bettering himself, like asking Biddy to teach him and being interested in reading. You have to remember that in the Victorian era, literacy among the working classes was far lower than the middle and upper classes. Just then, my mom called me because we're about to leave for the day's adventure.
You will have to feature someone who's undergone a big change.
So cute! So cute! Usually our family vacations involve a lot of eating and lounging around. But this time, everyone was surprisingly enthusiastic to have an adventure. Our first stop was an ATV trail heading towards the Mayon volcano. Not all the way there, of course, but getting closer to it than you normally would was incredible. And even more unbelievable, the Mayon was actually showing volcanic activity while we were there. Seeing faint lava from a distance was both breathtaking and deeply humbling. Reminded me how all my tiny worries were just, well, tiny. None of it feels very important compared to a mountain that's been shaping landscapes for thousands of years. Then we drove to Vera Falls, which was actually my first time seeing a waterfall up close like that. It was breathtaking. The hike down isn't particularly difficult because there are proper stairs, but you'll definitely know you've exercised on the way back up. The water was unbelievably clear and refreshing. Exactly what we needed after spending the morning riding through volcanic trails. And again, there wasn't a lot of reading that day, which I felt a bit guilty about, but at the same time, I was simply soaking up and being grateful for the present. Day 3. On our last day, we made one last stop, the Cagsawa Ruins. If you've ever seen photos of Mayon volcano with an old church tower standing in front, which is super iconic, this is that place. The church was built in the 18th century but was buried during the catastrophic eruption of Mayon in 1814, which claimed more than 1,000 lives. Today, only the bell tower remains, making it one of the Philippines' most recognizable historical landmarks. Mayon itself also carries one of the country's most famous legends. According to local folklore, the volcano was named after Daragang Magayon, whose name means beautiful lady. She fell in love with a warrior named Panganoron, but their love ended in tragedy. They were buried together, and from their resting place rose the perfectly shaped volcano we now know as the Mayon, as a symbol of their everlasting love. Probably not. Nice. Okay. Chili ice cream taste test. What level? What's that? What flavor? Level 1 mango. Go. Taste. Sa'yo, what's that? Avocado. Level what? 2. Level 2. Level 4. Good. Spicy?
Very spicy.
Very spicy? Live reaction.
Hindi naman eh. Hindi ba? Okay ka. Ano level ba yan? Malay.
What?
Ba't masarap sa kanya?
Masarap daw sa akin.
Oo, mas lasa yung avocado.
Oo, legit. Masarap ang avocado.
Sarap. Maganda yung
And just like that, it was time to head back. What kind of adventures do you take with your family? Is it also as chaotic as ours? Let me know in the comments down below, and watch out for my shorts every day this week. And I'll see you in the last episode of our Dickensian Summer of 2026 next Wednesday. You too tired? Okay, let's go and explore. Go! We are in a mental institute.